Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Gets it out quickly. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. Got the first down and more. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
This offense is going to challenge the defense with their assignment football in the option game, and they're doing it here early in the first quarter. Great job by the quarterback, making all of his reads. Nobody accounting for the pitch guy, so you flip it out to him, and a nice gain offensively here. And this is something the defense now is going to have to contend with for the rest of the game, trying to stop this option attack.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Steps away to find some room. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And it's caught inside the 15.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Manning. He's got it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Got it! Lee gets it in! Touchdown, Texas! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Tate. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Got the quick completion. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Buckeyes want to move quickly.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game, and there's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
Already down a score early. The last thing you want to do on your first drive is give it right back to them, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. And that one's going to be knocked down, incomplete, and we have knocked out the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Inside the 25. Breaks into the open. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defense.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Fit it in the window for the score.
And this offense shows you why they are really hard to stop. The long, explosive run. You think everybody's thinking run, pile in the box. The play-action pass. They can beat you with the run. They can beat you with the pass. This is a tough offense to stop.
And he added the extra point. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Texas offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Makes the catch. It's Moore. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Behind the chains now on 2nd to throw, it's Manning. Gets it out fast. At the 35, he's loose. Oh, a lot of space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Looking to throw on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And the Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Zings it complete to the right. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the 1st.
Quick release by the QB. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Back to throw, it's Manning. He's got the tight end. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
How about the hit on the tight end there? They knew they had to bring the lumber on the big fella to bring him down, and they just blew him up.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage.
Back's going for the goal line. He goes out of bounds, and he is really close to the goal line there, knocking on the door.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. Back's looking for the goal line. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation of the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Instead of trying to just take the lead with a field goal, they'll leave the offense out there to try to punch in the touchdown. They'll go to the air. Touchdown, Longhorns! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead.
So an 82-yard drive there, and it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Sayin. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on second down. Gets rid of it. Got a man. It's Smith. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
From the gun on third down. Complete downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Non-native receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Got the first down and more. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed on the outside, it's Smith. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pick up. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
Trying play action. Shoots it to the left. Got his man downfield. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Sayin. Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And that one will give them the lead. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Coming out with it, it's Moore. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
Got him downfield. Smashes through the tackle. Flying down the right side. Past the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Texas!
And how about the big athlete, the ability to catch the football and then also do damage after the catch? You see so many athletic tight ends nowadays with physicality and the ability to make you miss. He breaks a tackle and goes a long way for the big touchdown.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The drive starts from their own the play fake on first down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit him right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end right there.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Looking for a big play. It's complete. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he...
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game. But these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State in the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The Buckeyes are flying down the field. Off play action on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
They'll give it to the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that.
Turning on the Jets. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They'll try the run. Turning it on. Got enough space. Touchdown Longhorns. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And with the extra point, we have a 28-17 ball game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. opens up at the 23-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
That really good coverage by the defender, you could tell, started to get towards his wide receiver, towards the sideline, saw the ball, made a nice catch, but he didn't get a toe down, just a little bit out of bounds, so close to being an intercept.
Picked off. What a play to set him up.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll.